In this video, we're going to look at how we can customize lettering by adding shapes, such as a lightning bolt. I'm using BERNINA Embroidery Software 8 with Update 1 installed, so my artwork canvas is CorelDRAW Graphic Suite SE. I'm going to start by clicking over to Artwork Canvas, selecting Vector Lettering, clicking on my work area, then going to the top where it says Arial and typing in Show, which will bring up Show Card Gothic. If you don't have Show Card Gothic, choose a font that is really thick or bold. I'm going to press Enter to select and then type in Thunder, the name of our local basketball team. I'm going to go over to the blue pick or selection arrow. I'm going to click off, then click on Thunder. Make sure proportional scaling is locked and change the width to 7 inches and press Enter. I'm then going to hit P on my keyboard, which will center it to the page. Finally, right-click on Thunder and select Convert to Curves, which will change it from being a text to just being objects or just shapes. Now that Thunder's prepped, let's get our lightning bolt. I'm going to go to Insert Artwork, select my lightningbolt.png and click Import. I'm going to press Enter to set it. I'm going to go to Trace Bitmap at the top and go to Quick Trace. Click and drag that second one off. So I've made it from a bitmap into a vector. The original bitmap's still there though, and I want it gone, so I selected it and hit delete. Select the vector lightning bolt, and I can tell it's a vector because it doesn't say anything about bitmaps up at the top. And left click on the orange color chip to change it to orange. I'm going to use my resize handles to resize it so it's more proportional with my lettering. And I've actually found that a width for this particular lightning bolt of 0.65 inches works quite well. 0.65 inches, there we go. And then we're going to go to Edit at the top, copy, move it into place on your T. We're copying it so later on we will be able to use it or paste it and use it with the R. I'm going to select my T, hold down Shift, select the lightning bolt. I'm going to go to Object at the top, Shaping, Simplify, click off, select the T again, right click, and say Break Curve Apart. We will lose the holes in our D and R, but we will get them back later. Click off, select that bottom part of the T, hit Delete, because I don't want it. Select the T, the upper part of the T, Shift, lightning bolt, and then the weld icon, and our T and lightning bolt will become one shape in one color, that of orange. Now I'm going to fix my D, so I'm going to left click and drag a box around it, right click on the red color chip. A right click will add an outline. Click off, select the D, the upper left hand corner of the D, right click, go to Order and back one. This shows us that the hole for the D still exists, it's just filled in with black as two separate shapes. I'm going to click off, left click and drag a box around the D, and select back minus front. Now I have a hole in my D, and I'm just going to come over and right click on the no color chip so that my outline goes away. On to fixing our R, and also adding a lightning bolt. I'm going to go to Edit, Paste. I'm going to click and drag the second lightning bolt over to my R. I'm going to mirror it left to right and position it on top of my R. I'm going to zoom in so I can see better how I'm positioning it, because ideally I want my orange to overlap the black. Otherwise it doesn't work as well. It's a little bit harder. Now that I have it positioned just like I want it, I can select the R, hold down Shift, select the lightning bolt, go to Object, Shaping, Simplify, click off, select the R, right click, Break Curve Apart, click off, select that bottom part of the R we don't want, and delete it. Now we need to get the hole back in our R before we weld. If we weld at this time, we will never have a hole in our R. So I'm going to left click and drag a box around the R, And how its whole works is just like the D, except if we don't change the order, we can just use the icon for front minus back. And we have our whole back. With the R still selected, I'm going to hold down Shift and select the lightning bolt and click on Weld. So now we have lightning bolts on our T and our R. We have all our holes. We're ready to make it into embroidery. So we're going to go to Edit at the top, select all, Objects. I'm going to left click on the orange color chip to make everything orange, and we're going to hit Convert. So now I have an orange thunder that is a step fill. To make it a little bit more fun, I'm going to put a fancy fill on it. So we're going to right click on the fancy fill icon, which will apply the fancy fill and open our object properties so I can choose a different pattern. I'm going to use the drop down to choose pattern 135 quilt square, or quilt square 4. And I'm going to say OK, which will close the dialog box and apply. And if I'm looking at this, my R is a little funky. There's like this bump I don't like. I'm going to hit Escape so that nothing's selected. Click on the R, click on Reshape, and I can come in here and I'm going to zoom in so I can see a little bit better. I have these 3 nodes right here. The easiest way to fix this is just to select all 3 nodes. So I clicked and dragged a box around them and hit Delete. And now I have this nice curve that comes down the R. I'm going to hit Escape to get out of Reshape, and I have a completed design. I'm going to go ahead and save this as Thunder. So save as Thunder. I hope you can apply this in many different ways and make some really cool designs. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave a comment down below, and I'll talk to you next time.